All right, guys. I think we are back live here. Let me double check here on the scene. Had a weird thing happen. My whole system, whole network went down, but I think we're back now, and I think we are live. So we'll see if anybody comes in. Let some people roll in here. OC probably not coming back. I don't know, but we're going to continue on here. I see some people popping back in on the line. Let me give a message over to OC, and we'll continue on looking at this data, guys. OC, let me get you back in here. There we go. We're back. Cool. All right, let's get some people back in. Yeah, I apologize about that. It was a nice little drop off there of everything, but went dark in the room, went dark everywhere. It's okay. We got espresso, and we're hanging out. We're hanging out on this beautiful Thursday morning here in Dallas, Texas. So gotta figure out what that power surge was. Piper, hold my hand and tell me everything is okay. Username, everything's going to be just fine, bro. Everything's going to be just fine. Just follow the Piper plan. Bryce Smith, what's up there? That is my nephew in the house, Bryce Smith in the house. He's saluting us back. All right, let's get on this data here. OC, welcome back. We're glad to have you back, man. Can you do an audio check for me, bro?
Audio check.
Yeah, we're good. All right, so guys, what we're going to be looking at tomorrow is non-farm payrolls. I just said it right, kept it right here. We're just going to keep on rolling. Just pretend that never happened, all right? Non-farm payrolls, guys, previously at 177,000. They are expecting tomorrow that this is going to be up to 130. If this comes in low, this could be a sign of trouble, and you'll see some market sell-off. Of course, unemployment rates coming in 4.2 tomorrow, in line with the expectation of what it is right now. So we'll have to see all of that, but right now we're looking at this initial jobless claims and kind of wondering how's this non-farm payroll going to play out. They're looking at this 130K. That's a pretty significant drop as it is. Previously, initial jobless claims was at 239K. This got revised, by the way, from 240 down to 239. Consensus was that it would be just down slightly to 235 or just down slightly or just up slightly to 243. We came in at 247. I'm not sure. That's a lot. That's quite a bit more for the week of unemployment claims. And I think if we take a look here at the one star, we'll see that we're going to have continuing jobless claims came in at 1.9 million. So 190.4 million. So or 190.4K, which is 1.9 million. That's in line sort of with their consensus of forecast, but continuing job claims not really dropping there at all. So guys, tomorrow we'll have to take a look and see how that ADP comes in, and then we'll have a lot more information. But if it comes in and these are as low as they are now or lower, we could see a sell-off in the market. Right now, looking at how the CME is projecting the Fed Reserve's rate cuts, looking at June, guys, we're at 99.1% chance of no rate cut in June. July, 70.4% chance of no rate cut there. So despite the weakening job markets that we're seeing here on the non-farm payrolls tomorrow possibly, and on the unemployment claims today, those would be pressure to put Jerome Powell in a position to have to cut rates, but right now we're not seeing any projection of that. Do you see this, OC? Make America great again. Elon Musk, not looking too happy right now with the Trump tax plan. He wants them to kill the bill. Elon Musk made this comment on a live interview. So Elon Musk ramps up his attacks against the massive tax cut bill that President Donald Trump is pushing Congress to pass. Musk began vocally criticizing the one big, beautiful bill. It's big. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be the most beautiful thing ever. The day before, when he slammed it as a disgusting abomination, the ongoing barrage comes days after Musk ended his work as the head of the so-called Doge. So Elon Musk turning on old Trump right now. Interesting to see that. And then Bitcoin scarcity may spark explosive surges. Bank study shows. Let's talk about this, and then we'll take a look at that chart. According to Signum's Bank, June 25th monthly investment outlook, the liquid supply of Bitcoin fell about 30% over the last 18 months. In that time, nearly 1 million Bitcoin has left exchanges. As a matter of fact, we are back at levels on the exchanges that we saw in 2018. So if you guys are not aware, that was a pretty big run-up year there. Based on the reports from Signum Bank, exchange balances dropped about 1 million Bitcoin since late 2023. That amount equals roughly 5% of Bitcoin's total supply. When coins leave exchanges, they go into cold storage, long-term funds, so on and so forth. Some of these funds include new exchange-traded funds, ETFs, and corporate buyers issuing equity. If coins are locked away, traders have to compete for a smaller pool of available coins. That gap between supply and demand causes that upside of swing. That's the same with everything, right? That's why we get inflation. Institution and state moves. States are now passing laws to get their Bitcoin reserves. We've seen that. And then in addition, the governments abroad are paying attention. Pakistan has just said it will look into Bitcoin reserves. In the UK, the Reform Party, currently leading in the election polls, also plans to do something similar. So causing a little bit of some shockwave on the price action for Bitcoin, projecting it will. And then we're also seeing that safe haven, as I put on that X post not long ago, Bitcoin's got its one chance to prove itself in this macro environment that we are currently in, and we are definitely seeing some of those narratives come into play. Safe haven status strengthening for Bitcoin. In May, U.S. Treasury prices slid on concerns about rising debt levels. Digital gold and physical gold saw higher interest, and now we're seeing that being followed by Bitcoin. They're also talking about an Ethereum comeback, stirring after a period of sluggish performance. The recent Petra upgrade on Ethereum spurred more fees, drawing fresh interest. So we're seeing a little bit of move there on Ethereum also. But is this supply shock and this narrative going to send Bitcoin to a higher realm? Let's go ahead and talk about that, OC, and then we'll jump into this Bitcoin chart. What do you think? Is this narrative setting up for Bitcoin? I mean, being pulled off the exchanges, we know what that leads to. Are we seeing a little bit of a potential for a nice rally on Bitcoin coming up in the months ahead? Or is this all just a hopium in your opinion? What do you got?
No, absolutely. I believe that we're setting up for a run up, especially with this retracement that we're having. Hopefully, we have a little bit of a farther and deeper retracement that will also fall in line of what we're expecting, maybe a 50% retracement from the last pump. That will also get us into bouncing up territories. I mean, so I'm very excited to see Bitcoin either holding where is it right now or going slightly below to the 50% mark when we go down. That means that if we make a range at that area, we're going to be forming a flat positive bullish continuation, and hopefully it's a big one. It's a big one because I still have a 500K Bitcoin target to reach. So we'll see how
it's
that
a long
goes.
way off, OC. You're a little ways off there, so I'm gonna need you to bring those expectations down a little bit. Oh, good Lord. I'm trying to pull up here and see. I just saw Eric Wallen say that Circle has not officially launched yet. So let me take a look here and see what we got. Curious to see. Check my Robinhood app, it says. Check your Robinhood app. Let's go check the Robinhood app. Send me a text message. Do that. Do that. There we go. Continue. All right. Yeah, I'm going to check Robinhood here for Circle. Want to see if that is listed now. Does not look like it is listed yet. Nope. Circle still not listed. It's supposed to go live today. Let me bring this up here and I'll show you guys. I want to put this in dark view because it's going to blind everyone if I do not. But yeah, I'm watching this closely for this to hit. Here we go. Market hours dark. Let's go dark. Perfect. And then let's go check for Circle and we'll bring this up. CRCL, if you guys do not know, that is the Circle Internet Group. And let's go over here to DuoCam. It's the wrong button. Thanks, guy. There we go. Yeah, not right now. So get in at the IPO price, it says. So yeah, Circle Internet Group here, guys. There we go. Looking at $31 on its launch price right now. That's where they're shooting for, $31 IPO listing. So you can do your limit order right now on it, but you are not able to actually get this yet. So let's go check out let's go check out Bitcoin's chart. Oh, see, I'll kick it over to you first, and you will take a look at that. Then I'll come back and do some of the higher time frame stuff on it. What do you got for us?
Absolutely. This is where we left out on Bitcoin. We have a in red setup in here. So yesterday, or sorry, today in the morning, we see that we were going to profits. It faked me out. I thought we were going to get into the target and then just close out that trade. But it seems that it decided just to go down faster, right? So again, remember that we decided to enter with half of a position in here and another half of a position at 103,472. So we are on our way to that support. Remember that how based on how we have configured our broker, which is to be an additive position, basically we could be going all the way to half in here, half back inside if we get at what is it, 103, right? So if we hit 103, we're going to be averaging down between our two positions. That most likely is going to take us lower, and as we go into a support and bounce back up as we were expecting, right? And let me just push this to the right. Basically, we could be going out in profits as we go up. I'm expecting this to be a double bottom or even a higher low for a further continuation. For the long run, and let me just zoom out a little bit in here, I am also expecting to have a sort of, there we go, range in there. And why is that? Let me just right click in here, invert the chart, and we have a possible Wyckoff scenario or even a head and shoulders. So let's see what we got in here. So coming back down, little range, V-shaped recovery high, not higher than the previous range. This could be slightly higher up to this area right here, basically not breaking out the previous high, right? And that gives us 70% chances of ranging. So based on the previous price action, we defined it a possible range zone in here. So that's why, based on this, let me show to you also over Wyckoff. Here it is. Let me drop down. Oh, sorry about the white background. Let me fix that. So this is what are we expecting coming back down, little range V-shaped recovery. And you see that we can go slightly higher. And then that defines an inner range into outer ranges. So based on this schematics, this is what I'm expecting. Let's go over and flip it back together because let's not be blind to the fact that we could also be creating a head and shoulders. And you could also see that there's a line right down here. Let's go to that really quickly. Let me zoom out, or let me just double click in here. And this is looking, this is looking a lot like the previous, not the previous cycle. If you remember, we had the first breakout, what we call the over exaggerated dead cat bounce, and then guess what? Going back down. But we're not panicking until we start breaking dynamic reactor in here. And somewhere around here, look at that. That target area is 97, 93, 97, 93, depending on how fast we can go. So our worst area possible for that retracement will be 97, 93. So far, I don't think that we're going to be reaching that. But we still need to break the 102 scenario. That's where we got our stop loss. If we start breaking 102, well, then I would say, well, it's time to start shifting to bearish, even if right now we're breaking below the zero line, and that is because we're still above the dynamic reactor. We still bullish, and look at our consolidation score. That means that we're consolidating, and yes, the itty last part in here on the daily is consolidating. And well, also 9, after 9 it comes to 10, and after 10 it comes to 0, which means we're not only highly consolidating, but we're also at the end of that consolidation, right? So again, the first idea is going to be going for double bottom, or maybe slightly below bottoming here and then flipping back up. And if that does not play it out and we start losing the neckline in here of this possible head and shoulders, target is going to be 96, 93. So that's what I got so far, Piper. Let me try it back to you.
Yeah, the one thing I'm watching right now on the levels, I saw the question there from Robert Mulligan. I think it was him. He said, or will we? No, it's Frank the Tank. He said, "Will we lose the 103.5 area?" So, taking a look here at the CME futures on the 4 hour right now. This is your where you get your CME gaps because they trade the futures on Bitcoin. We are sitting right now on a dynamic reactor. If we lose this level, guys, I mean, yeah, we've got some pretty strong levels. I'll show you on the daily in play here, but we still have an open CME gap from 22 April in play right now that is all the way down at like 92.5. Do I think we're going to head straight down there? No, not at all. But, something to keep in mind is that we do have that open CME gap there. Taking a look here at what I'm seeing on the daily, though, on the oscillators, the chart prime oscillators, plug in the power, you can see there's a slight shade variance here on the MACD normalized histogram right there. And so I'm watching that getting a little bit darker red, which could mean, like we were talking about yesterday, that we get into this saddling where this starts to come back down and brings our price down. We do have that 50-day simple moving average coming in right at about 100,000, 100.2, I guess. K right there, but we have a quantum reactor about $97,000. But if we take a look at where that daily dynamic reactor is coming in at, which is coming in right here on top of that 200-day, which was a nice little resistance and play level back here for a while, punched up in through it. We have not come back to close that door and retest it yet, and that one is coming in right now at about 95,000, 95K. If we do go down to close that gap out, guys, I would watch for that 100-day simple moving average, which is that yellow line you see running across the screen here. That's going to be a key level of support for us when it would close out that CME gap and get that bounce there. But as I was saying yesterday, I was concerned about more sell-off. If you guys recall, when I was talking about these dailies yesterday, and why I'm watching that is because of this volume. It's just getting really low. Our oscillator daily is coming down and we're really flat on money flow. That's that yellow wave right there that's just kind of running horizontal on the list. If you guys also recall, we were talking about this play out of the RSI candles on Heikin-Ashi, where they were starting to get these really small compact candles like we had back here that led to another pullback in price. Well, guys, now we are starting to see that candle drop there on the RSI. Keep in mind, we could just range sideways right here where we are currently sideways at, and that would allow a lot of this to cool off and then maybe get a rally. But as of right now, I would say that the key level we need to hold on Bitcoin in order to break that narrative. We bring it up here. It's going to be this 101,881 level. That's going to be my 786 fib here. You can see we're getting pretty decent resistance here off the 887 and that value area high coming off of this fixed range volume profile here. So we have that one little nipple there, guys. If we lose that, we could be heading back down to the golden pocket, which is that 96 to 97K area. That's what I'm watching on Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and bring it back over to the Duo Cam. I don't know, OC, what do you think? 92K, would you be willing to put some money on Bitcoin going to 92K or not? What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, for right now, for sure, are you like making a bet or shorting Bitcoin?
I'm just, I personally would not be looking to short on a swing trade on Bitcoin right now. I might scalp a short on it, but I still feel that the narrative for Bitcoin is pretty strong right now. I would be more willing to short some altcoins than I would Bitcoin right now. So,
Well, I am inclined to maybe short Bitcoin. But as you mentioned, that will be as I'm been doing right now, half a position, setting my stop losses very close, and also at this point shorting. Well, then we're still pretty bullish, even in daily. I mean, if we go to 93, we're still gonna be bullish, and we have not yet lost the trend. So I would say that yeah, I mean, I'd be willing to short it. As we shorted the way down from 109 to 91, and then we start going back into profits as we longed it back to 78, right? 78 to what is it, 88. So basically, if I see the same characteristics in here, I'll be inclined to short it other like somewhere around there, especially since we are breaking through the zero line on daily. Again, something interesting that I've been showing you guys, or showing here in the channel, and also in the night show. Oh, there it is. It is that the trend is broken with the trend line. It's broken, and look at what is it broken in here. A very important trend line has been broken. That doesn't mean going straight away to 95, 93, 92. But of course, it means that we're going to be having a different pattern here other than only up, right? So I do expect a flat positive bullish continuation, so ranging and then breaking up as we have a closer dynamic reactor, but eventually maybe a sweep of the lows. Another important thing that I'm looking at here, it is, let's measure that since we have a breakout retest from here all the way to the highest point in here. So at here we can see the 50% mark coinciding at 98. So 98 is going to be my next target. So that's what I'm looking for, maybe a retracement there over time. If I see slightly tilted downwards ranging here, and yeah, I'm going to be throughout, I would say this month, maybe hunting this possible entry. As you mentioned, if I see the opportunity to short it, great. If not, I'm my next possibility for a long. It's going to be somewhere around a 98, or as we flick back bullish as the oscillator breaks back above the zero line. So yeah, that's what I got.
Awesome. Yeah. Hey, shout out to Crypto Coin Mindset. If you guys haven't checked out that video that we were talking about the macro stuff over on his channel, you guys should go check that out. It's about how I dig into macro and how I approach getting macroeconomic data to help me understand the sway of these markets a lot better. So if you guys haven't checked that out, go check out Keith's video over on Crypto Coin Mindset's channel. It's phenomenal. Good job on that, man. Also, username said Robinhood is filling out pre-launch shares right now. They are, absolutely. You can put in a limit order on it. But I personally am going to wait until I get a floor. A lot of times IPOs will pump up and then sell down, and then create a floor and buy in at that level. Don't want to be one of those people that bought, like Kathy Woods did of Coinbase at the high, and then waited a year to be back in profit. So, but yeah, definitely going to be watching Circle. Let's go ahead and talk about Circle real fast. Let's jump over to my news setup here, and let's talk about Circle's IPO, because if you guys don't know, a lot of money came in on this. Wall Street's pretty bullish on Circle, which is USDC stablecoin issuer. So Circle's IPO pricing shows Wall Street is clamoring to buy stock in the stablecoin issuer. The cryptocurrency company, which offers fully backed digital money for rapid global payments around the clock, saw its upsized IPO price above the expected range. They were looking at like $27, I believe, or 28. Yeah, $27 to $28 is where they were expecting it to go. It's now up to $31, guys. Though lead underwriters, JP Morgan, Citigroup, and Goldman Sachs, the stock will start trading on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol Circle, possibly later today. Bankers for Circle's internet IPO increased the amount of the stock on the IPO from a previously upsized 32 million shares and above its already upped price range of $27 to $28 a share. The frenzied investor interest in Circle's IPO, which has been reportedly oversubscribed, comes after Bitcoin recently reached that $110,000 mark as the cryptocurrency market becomes more legitimate, with crypto broker Coinbase entering the S&P 500 that happened last month in May. At its IPO price of $31 a share, Circle would have a market capitalization of around $7 billion based on the 225.34 million shares that are still outstanding. So if underwriters exercise their option to buy additional shares, we could see that pump up even more. It's about 4.2 times its 2024 revenue of 1.68 billion. So when you talk about valuation of companies being so much more than what their actual valuation is, yeah, they're sitting at about a 4.2 right now on that. So be watching that today. Though they are filling out orders for those who was placing orders from the pre-launch. Those who put limit orders in today is just placing the price they want to buy once it's live. All right, well, there you go. Yeah, I'm tracking that username. It's a limit order. It won't trigger until there's usernames post right there. It won't trigger until it goes live though. So, yep, that is what I'll be watching. I will drop a thing in Discord on that when it happens today, guys. So, Not going to run this show too long today. I got a lot. I got furniture company coming today, delivering a bedroom suite. I still don't have a refrigerator. I've been operating on food, man, restaurant takeout. So got all this stuff coming today. Hopefully, I can get to the grocery store, finally get some groceries in this house. But guys, we're going to get this thing back up and running full stream ahead, get the studio set up, get my real system in here, get my sound suppression microphone going and all that. I got my Shure SM7B or MV7 here, but it does not have that sound quality of the other one. But I appreciate you guys joining me here. And OC, I'm going to pass it over to you real fast. If there's any altcoins you're watching on the sell-off today, I'll give you a moment to do that. If not, we'll wrap this up. What do you got for us, man?
Absolutely. So let me go over the alerts that we have had here. Let me get started with TIA because on TIA we're looking at a range, right? So this ranging here, we made a very nice heads up in here. We created this trend line, we smashed that trend line, and then we went all the way back as we were expecting here. So finally, we're not only breaking out, it's not over the breakout, it's over the retest. We have an indecision candle. We need to see how that candle stops. And then based on that, most likely because of the shape of the oscillator, which is pointing sideways to the right, all right, sideways downwards to the right. Let me show it to you. Usually that ends up, let me see if I have an example here. Well, usually that ends up having a little bit of a try to push up and then further move to the downside. Let me bring here what I got for support and resistance, as we have a reaction zone right down here. So hopefully our next possible area of interest would be between 209 and 205. Let me see if I have anything else pointing out there. Well, we are on the support, and if not, oh my God, I mean, predictive ranges are looking at 188. Not sure if that, well, I think I was about to say, not sure if we're going to get there, but the next predictive range also shows me the exact same zone, even if they are different setups. So let me bring up where is it? My ghost trend. And let's see if I have anything so far being built up. Not really. So at this point, I'm going to do the old support and resistance in here and create a possible either channel or wedge. All right, perfect. So what I see here, it is a wedge, a down sloping wedge. Usually those wedges tend to break to the upside, all right? Which means that most likely if we stop at the point of the previous bottom in here, we could be creating a double bottom or a halfway through. So a cutout, a strip of the lows for a breakout, retest, and off we go, creating our then localized double bottom in here. So I'm gonna keep looking at this because I believe that this could be a good opportunity to maybe jump back in here. Let me create my alerts. So over this trend line, and of course at this zone. Another thing is that if we start breaking through, or if we see flip of the ribbon somewhere around here, that flip of the ribbon could be a very interesting way to consider maybe entering for a long to then break the trend line. Be careful with that one because it could be reversed on us. Last thing, Litecoin, we were on a possible short yesterday looking for that breakout of that trend line. It's playing out fantastically so far, but maybe we could be stuck within a range. And that is because we also have a little range in here, V-shaped recovery, and then a breakout. So we'll see. If I have, a support right here and in the decision candle, that means that we could be going for this patterning here before we do the range. So I'm going to be looking for signals of flip of the ribbon right in here and maybe breaking out of that trend line. Let me do that manual trend line also so I don't keep so I can keep an eye on that. So other than that, let me throw it back to you, Piper. That's basically it. I'm not looking at too many altcoins. I am actually looking also at Ethereum. Want me to go over Ethereum? Do we have some chance? Do we have chance?
We just talked about Ethereum looking a little strong right now. So let's go take a
Yeah.
look at Ethereum.
Absolutely. So we were looking at that ranging here. We have not a full retracement to entry areas for that long, which is a good news. That actually tells us that we could be going, we could be grabbing some more momentum in here. We're piercing to the zero line. We have that retracement, and this is the most important part, guys. In fact, let me just get rid of this. Remember that I was speculating maybe an early flip in here, but seems like we already have the pivot. This is the important part, guys. Let me just hide everything. It is on the retracement on our oscillator, we should have retraced. All right. And that's why we had our line in here. Look at that. Almost hit it at this point, but it didn't. Whatever. The point is that when we were supposed to retrace because we were going down and we did not retrace, well, then let me give you the news that we could be, because we're in bouncing zones, we could be flipping back up, right? If we see the flip of the ribbon, well, most likely because we held strong on going down areas, right? Well, then most likely we could be piercing through the trend line to new tops at going up areas. So just a little bit patience in here. I think Ethereum has some potential for this week, for whatever is left of this week. Yeah, that is basically it. I'm not looking at many other things so far.
Yeah, I'm looking at a couple things here before we head out. Just taking a look, we're getting this amazing doji candle here on the 4 hour for Bitcoin right now. This is something that I would keep an eye on, guys, and a couple of reasons on that is if you go over here, take a look at the Dow Jones, S&P, and Nasdaq. They're all flipping back into green and positive right now, and then also TXMC, shout out to LBC for turning me on to this guy on X. He's talking about this daily EMA that's coming in at about 105. And he says we keep wicking into it, but we keep getting that rejection out of it. If we can get that price action to get back above that level, that 105, that would put us right here. So basically what's been happening is we've been getting all this rejection on this value area high and on this 887 top side of the platinum pocket, guys. If we can get up here and get some support on this, the market is setting up right now on that stock side for us to have a move to the upside today. So expect a little bit of volatility. I mean, it's dropping. It's down in the 17 range now for the VIX. So volatility is starting to settle down a little bit. But if we can get that pump up and get a bounce about 105, find some support there, we could see a higher move today on Bitcoin. Just a lot of uncertainty in the markets right now, waiting for that economic data on ADP tomorrow. So keep plugged in, keep plugged in. But guys, I appreciate OC covering the way he has for you guys, keeping you guys in the knowledge, because knowledge is profit. And I appreciate you guys coming and joining us here today. We're gonna get this all running back, smooth running. Tune up this channel and get us going back to the morning market report being what you guys expect it to be every single day. I just need to get settled into this house. I will be doing a Discord members walkthrough on the house once we get closer to getting it all set up and stuff for you guys. But if you guys are interested, I'll show you guys that. And then I do plan on getting one of these live streams happening out on the boat here soon. So going to be getting out on the boat here on the lake in Rockwall. So OC, got to get you your visa so you can go boating. We can do a podcast right there on the boat, man. We got to make that happen. But I appreciate you all. Thank you guys for joining us today. We'll be back here tomorrow morning. Don't forget, tune in with OC, trade live with OC this evening, I should say. And then tonight, Markets After Dark with Lunar Beaches Crypto. Tomorrow morning, BC Port Corp will be back with Good Morning Crypto. And hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be able to squeeze in another live show with tomorrow morning with you guys. If not, OC will be covering, but I got to figure out I got a lot of deliveries coming, so we're going to make it happen. But there will be something tomorrow for Morning Market Report. Just not sure if I will be on it yet, but I wanted to come see you guys and hang out with you. I missed you guys a lot, and I'm glad to be back here, OC. Thank you, man, so much for covering the way you have. You're clutch. You are the Mexican Superman, so.
Oh, I appreciate it, my friend. Don't worry, that's what we're here for. I mean, you can count on me, guys. And Piper, you also can count on me at any point, anytime. Remember, we are a community and we help each other.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys. We will catch you guys back here tomorrow, 10 a.m. At right here, Eastern Standard Time on the Morning Market Report, bringing you guys the news, the charts, the markets, the headlines, everything you need to have knowledge, because knowledge is profit. Until next time, guys, trade safe. And as always, use some risk management. We'll catch you guys later. Peace.
I don't know what they keep telling me. I don't know what they keep telling me. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling out the wheels fall low. I know you hungry for knowledge, that's profit appetite. Classes in session, this for the Army Piper acolytes. Trade flag at the soul, train ready. What a line from OCI, from a Mexican spaghetti, yo. Crunch crypto with a deep dive to reject dime. And if you like the visual powered by Tar Prime, then you were part of that alumni, that's all spine. But if you have step, fall back to offline.
Boom shakalaka!
We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling out the wheels fall low. Sound off.
To get with them, the ZTS rhythm. Rip it, Alexandra.
Yeah, that's my love now, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
That was awesome, dude!